Has your good mucus gone bad? Bad mucus is clear mucus that gets congested, white mucus that seems stuck, green and yellow mucus indicates an infection. Do you have a congested nose? Now that might be stuck mucus, or it could be that your nose is just inflamed. Now that familiar remedy from your childhood, get out the Vicks. Vicks is basically petroleum jelly with menthol. Now menthol comes from peppermint and other mint species. You can spread it on your throat, on your chest, and on the cheekbones. You just need to be really careful, don't get it near the eyes. Or if you don't have any and you want to do something without petroleum jelly, you could add essential oil of peppermint or eucalyptus to some lotion or oil and use it the same as you would with Vicks. Now if you're not sensitive to the essential oils of peppermint, eucalyptus, and lavender, you can mix these essential oils together. I like to put them in a little roll-on bottle. Then I can rub them under my cheekbones and on my temples and sometimes behind my neck. Or you could add just a few drops of this essential oil blend to a tissue or cloth and just hold it up to your nose and sniff. Now as a massage therapist, I have clients who really get stopped up when on the massage table, and this is what I'll give them. And the combination of lavender, eucalyptus, and peppermint isn't quite as harsh as just the peppermint on its own, and they seem to really like this blend. Now you could also drip a few drops of this blend on your pillowcase at night if you have trouble with being congested. Now if your nose is just too clogged up for the peppermint oil to penetrate, or if your skin is hypersensitive to the oil, you could also mix 3 drops of essential oil of peppermint to 2 tablespoons of honey. Place a pea size of this mixture on the back of the tongue, and the molecules of essential oil of peppermint can go from behind the throat into the nasal cavities as a decongestion. And you could also use this blend of peppermint, eucalyptus, and lavender. Now ephedra is the supreme herb for decongesting. Now I have not found another herb that works as well, but due to the misuse of ephedra by the lose weight marketers, ephedra is now hard to find. Now ephedra and all natural and pharmaceutical decongestants are stimulants and will keep you awake at night. Now goldenrod is the next effective herb as a decongestant. If you're lucky and the goldenrod that grows around you is the anise flavor, it would make a wonderful tea. Now the plants of goldenrod that grow around me just taste like weeds. So I prefer to take the goldenrod as an herbal tincture. Now since you will need to take this quite often, I prefer a goldenrod glyceride instead of an alcohol tincture. And you can find that in the section How to Make under the lecture Making Alcohol-Free Glycerides. Now breathing in steam will help break up the congestion. Now this can be done by drinking a hot tea such as peppermint or ginger. Or you can make a steam tin. You bring a pan of water to a boil, add the herbs such as thyme, peppermint, or sage, remove from the heat. You can take a towel, just kind of cover your head and hang over the pot of steaming water. Now you could add some essential oils of peppermint or eucalyptus to that. Or you could, I've seen on the internet people saying to use clove and cinnamon. Now that is much too harsh. Don't do those. Now even taking a hot shower or bath will help. And you probably need a humidifier in your house. Now you could also do a nose wash. You could mix 8 ounces of herbal tea or water with a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Use a neti pop, spray bottle, or syringe to cleanse the nose. Now if your nose is so stopped up that a nose wash will not penetrate, do a steam inhalation first. Now fresh or dry herbs can be used, or even tinctures of the herbs. But caution on using essential oils of these herbs if you're trying to do a nasal wash. Now, is your nose dry and irritated? Maybe a bleeding nose? Mucus is dry. causing picking of your nose to get it out, you need hydration. Plenty of liquids and good fats in your diet. Now the easiest remedy might be to just dip the corner of a washcloth or a Q-tip in water and rub the inside of the nose, or make a tea of the other herbs. Now some demulcent herbs that you can make a tea out of would be marshmallow root, mullein, licorice root, slippery elm. Now you make a tea from any of these herbs in a combination. You strain it really well and let it cool. Now most herbal teas are made by either simmering the roots or steeping the leaves. Marshmallow root and slippery elm bark are not steeped or simmered. They are treated as a cold infusion. Warm water is poured over them and they soak at room temperature. And those you do not strain, but you would do the same thing. You would just take a Q-tip or cloth and kind of rub them inside your nose. Now, licorice root is you have to do a decoction, which means you take a teaspoon of the chopped licorice root or a quarter teaspoon of the powder to 1 cup of boiling water and simmer it for 15 to 20 minutes. You remove that from the heat, strain it and cool, and then you would do the same thing. Mullein leaf tea would be an infusion. And optional, you could use 3 parts mullein leaf with 1 part of lobelia, and you would add a teaspoon of the chopped leaves to 8 ounces of boiling water. Remove from the heat, cover, let steep 10 to 15 minutes. Then you would strain that and let it cool. Now you can either dip a cotton ball into these teas and place it in your nose for 10 to 20 minutes. You just need to be sure to leave enough cotton ball hanging out to remove the cotton ball. You could use the licorice root or mullein tea as a nasal rinse, adding a quarter of a teaspoon of salt to the 8 ounces of tea, or you can rub an oil or an herb-infused oil or an herbal salve inside your nose. Now, signs of infection. Now, green mucus with fever or sinus pain, infections can be bacterial, viral, or fungal. Herbs are antimicrobial, not antibiotic, so therefore fight all 3 kinds of infection. Now, you can use garlic. Garlic is considered a natural antibiotic, but when using garlic as an antibiotic or antimicrobial, you got to mince the garlic and let it set 10 to 15 minutes. The garlic cells must be ruptured to release the 2 separate chemicals of the garlic, allicin and alanine, which then form a whole new compound called allicin. You can add this to honey, or you can add it to butter or olive oil and eat it throughout the day. Now that's kind of according to how your stomach can handle it. And it might be a family decision since you will stink like garlic. Now garlic only works as an antibiotic if it is fresh. Now you might also take an echinacea tincture. You take 1 teaspoon every 2 hours, or you can use it as a throat spray. Fresh ginger tea, drinking that throughout the day. Ginger only acts as an antibiotic if it is fresh. You can take licorice root tea or licorice root capsules. Now this is not a religion. If you do not see improvement, see your doctor.